Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, is that Corinne? Hi, Corinne. Hey, it's so nice to see you. Good afternoon. I'm going to still say it's afternoon, even though I guess it's kind of technically evening. Hi, Lana. Hey, everyone. Well, it's so nice to see everybody. Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. I just want to make sure we have a good sound and everything. Can someone just give me a little sign that the sound is good, that you can hear me? Anyone that's listening, I just want to make sure that we have good sound before we start. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to do a 25-minute, hi mom, a 25-minute yoga reset. If you have 2 yoga blocks at home, go ahead and grab them, or you can find something that looks like a yoga block, maybe some books. It's just for the beginning so that you can have a comfortable seat to start with. So let's get started. I'm just going to give maybe a couple minutes for everybody to tune in. Oh, it's so nice to see everyone. Hello. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said, if you have 2 yoga blocks at home, you can just use them. We're going to start seated on our shins. So you can build yourself. Hello. Hi. I wish I could actually see everybody's faces. It's so nice to just connect this way though. Hi, hi, hi. All right, so if you're just tuning in, we're gonna start sitting down on our shins. So build yourself a little support under your seat. So as many blocks or books as is comfortable underneath you. So that, especially if your knees tend to be a little uncomfortable in this position, you can put the blocks higher so that you're well supported, and then you can just let your sitting bones sit into the blocks. And you can start with your hands just resting on your legs and close your eyes. So the closing of your eyes, just use it as a way to bring your focus a little bit more inward. So after your day, just taking this time here just to tune in a little bit more with your physical body, your physical presence. You can invite the breath maybe to move a little bit fuller, a little bit smoother with each round of breath. And kind of waking up the spaces in your body that could invite a little bit more breath to move or to circulate. So just take one more really quite full breath on your own. And then if you want, you can keep your eyes closed for this part and just let your chin start to lower slightly towards your chest. So you get a little bit of a length happening in the back of your neck. And then you can choose to stay there, or you can take your right ear towards your right shoulder. So just getting a bit of length into the left side of your neck. And maybe notice as you lean your right ear to your right shoulder, just see if you can breathe into the left side. Let your shoulders relax down. Take a breath in. And then use the exhale to bring your chin back to the center and just slowly to the other side. So left ear towards the left shoulder. And think of breathing in through the right side. So the length that you're feeling from your ear to your shoulder, kind of breathing into that space. And then let your chin come back to the center. You can gently lift your head, maybe at this point opening up your eyes, and just extend your arms up to the side. So I don't know if you can see this in my hands. I have my fingers spread wide. And then just take your index finger and bring it to your thumb. So just joining the 2 together, and then open your hand, middle finger to your thumb, open your fingers wide, ring finger to your thumb, open your hands, and then little pinky finger towards your thumbs. And then just do the opposite. Bring your ring finger, then your middle finger, and then your index finger. And then keeping your hands spread wide, bring your hands forward and just find an opening through the shoulder blades here. So as you're pulling your arms forward, let the shoulder blades open behind you. You can even tuck your chin a little bit towards your chest. Make fists with your hands and start to do little circles now with your wrists. So you can go in one direction, a couple of circles that way, and then do them the other way. So just kind of letting go of any fatigue in the wrists. Maybe you hear some cricking and cracking here. And then bring your hands to center at your chest. So sitting up as tall as you can, take your breath in and open your hands wide. So again, your fingers are spread wide, hands are open. On the exhale, bring your palms together in front of you. And again, find that opening through the shoulder blades. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. And then exhale, hands back to center. So we're going to do this movement throughout the practice. So we'll do the same thing again. The inhale will open the arms out to the side. So an opening through the collarbones. Exhale, hands in front of you, round through the shoulder blades. Inhale, interlace your fingers, reach up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, last time like that. Breath in, open wide. Exhale, come forward, interlace your hands. This time on the inhale, stand right up onto your knees, stretch up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. If you have blocks between your knees, you can just move them out to the sides. Bring your hands down. So you're kind of in a tabletop position, but we'll take the right leg out to the right. So the bottom of the right foot is in contact with your mat. And then bring your left hand to the back of your mat, right arm reaching up. So into a side body stretch. You can take a moment and just press the outside of your right foot into the ground. And now your right arm, reach it over your head. So you get this really nice side body stretch from here. If this is feeling good, if you want to stay here, stay. Otherwise, lean a bit more into the left hand and float your right leg up. So your right heel will press towards the top of your mat. And then just keep pressing your heel out and reach your arm over your head. Okay, we'll take a breath here. And then bend the right knee. Grab hold of your right shin with your hand and step the right foot towards the top of your mat. So now we're in a low lunge, so the right knee is onto the ground. Take the time to walk your hands up onto your front thigh. So just getting positioning here. So your right knee is over your right ankle. Hands are pressing into the center of your thigh, and both of your hips are drawing forward. And then from here, we'll take the hands to heart center, repeating that same movement. So the inhale will open wide, let the collarbones get broader. On your exhale, lean forward and interlace your fingers. Inhale, reach all the way up and overhead, and then exhale, hands back to center. One more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, stretch forward. Interlace your fingers. This time, stay up on the breath in. Maybe letting go of the hands and finding a bit more expression, reaching the arms up. Maybe taking your gaze up. Take a full breath here. On your exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Tuck the back toes. Shift your hips back to a half Hanuman or half splits. So the right leg is long. Lift the right toes. And as you're pressing the right heel into the ground, draw the right hip back. And just take one breath here. Look forward. Start to bend your front knee. Bring your right hand inside of the right leg. We're going to shift into that same posture, walking your hands to the left. Keep the right foot on your mat. So we're right where we started before in like a gate pose. This time the left hand will stay on the ground. Reach your right arm all the way up. So just again, a nice side body opening, but a little rotation here. Take a breath in. And then exhale, right hand threads under the left arm. Inhale to stretch and reach up. And then exhale to thread under. We'll do one more like that. Maybe you follow your hand with your eyes reaching up. And then exhale to thread underneath. Walk your hands now, both hands on the ground, towards the other side of your mat. Square your body with your mat and step back to a plank. So just holding this first plank, try to adjust yourself so that your heels are over your toes. Your chest is pulling further forward than your fingertips. And then once you have that, bring your knees down, keep the toes tucked. And then just from here, keep your hands pressing down. Let your belly lower a little bit towards the ground. Lift your tailbone and your chest. And then as you exhale, round your back and press yourself back towards your heels. So as you come forward, you let the belly drop, the chest lift. And then exhale, round your back, press your hips towards your heels. So you can go through this movement a couple of times. It's a rocking and forward and back, but kind of incorporating an arching and rounding of the back or a cat-cow at the same time. And just do one more. So forward, lifting your chest, and then exhale, hips back. Okay, this time as you come forward, lift your chest, and then exhale to press your hips up and back. Walk your feet all the way forward to the top of your mat. So your feet can be about hip distance apart for ragdoll. Bend your knees quite a bit. Grab hold of opposite elbows with your hands. So let the knees be quite bent so you have space. And then just let your upper body, it could sway, it could hang. Maybe you start to move a little bit through your head, your shoulders. Just a couple of breaths here. And feel really like you're giving traction or space to the spine, the back of the neck. And then find your center. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Keep the knees bent. And press your upper body so that it's pretty much parallel to the ground. Your hips are pressing back. And then we'll do from here that same arching and rounding of the back. So start to lift your chest, lift your tailbone on the inhale. With your exhale, round your back and tuck your tailbone. Okay, so you can do this at your own breath rhythm again. So lift your chest, inhale, and then round your back on the exhale. One more time like that, tailbone back, chest up, and then tailbone tucks under, chin to chest. Come back to that neutral shape now in your spine, and bring your hands to your heart center. From here, we'll take the arms out wide on the breath in. Exhale, bring your arms in front of you, interlace your fingers, and inhale, come all the way up. Stand straight up. Bring your feet together, walk them in, and bring your hands in front of your chest. Take a breath in, rebend your knees, sit your hips down and back. So keeping the hands at your heart center, same thing. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, hands come in front of you. So you get this pulling in of the low belly, a rounding through the shoulders. On your inhale, lift your chest, more length in the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. So you could either hook your elbow outside of the right knee, or you can bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand on your low back. Take a breath in to lengthen a bit more through your spine, and then exhale to twist a little bit more to the right. Come back to the center, hands in front of your heart, and then we'll just take the twist to the other side, go to the left. So it's either your elbow outside of the right knee, or your hand can go to the outer knee and left hand on the low back. See if you can shift your weight a little bit more back towards the heels. Lengthen your chest forward and find a bit more space for your twist. Okay, so just one more breath in the twist. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale, stand up and stretch up. You can release the hands here overhead and then dive forward as you exhale. To a half lift, so hands can be on shins or thighs. And then exhale, just fold over your legs. Do that one more time, halfway up. Bend your knees, bring your hands down. We'll step back to plank. Hold your plank on the breath in. Lower your knees. This time bend your elbows and come all the way down onto your belly. The inhale to a cobra, press into your feet, lift your chest. And then exhale to tabletop, press back. Start where you were at the beginning, so turning towards the side of your mat. And this time take the left leg out to the side. Bring your right hand onto the ground, left arm towards the ceiling. So we're doing the same thing on the other side. Take your left arm overhead, creating that really nice stretch through the left side body. Keep pressing the outside of your left foot down. And then you can stay there or you can float the left leg up. It becomes really strong as you press your heel back. And take one breath here. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Grab hold of your shin. Step the left foot to the top of your mat, setting up in your low lunge. So hands can be on the front thigh, left knee over left ankle. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. Use your inhale again. Broaden the collarbones, reach your arms out. Exhale, reaching forward, connect your hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Same thing, open on the inhale. Stretch forward, lean your body forward. This time as you come up, keep your arms overhead. Maybe let the hands go so you can explore a little bit more of a reach up. Okay, take a full breath in, stretch up. And exhale, hands to the ground. Shift your hips back to your half Hanuman. My Facebook feed has gone out, so just hold your half Hanuman. Let's see if we can reconnect Facebook. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I think we're okay. So your half Hanuman, one more breath. And then as you come forward, walk the left hand again to the inside and walk yourself into your gate pose again. This time leaning into the right hand, lift your left hand on the inhale. Exhale to thread your arm under. Maybe look towards the left fingertips. Inhale, take your arm up. And then exhale to thread it under. Okay, one more time. Inhale, press into the left hand. And then exhale under. Bring your left hand down. Walk again so that you bring your right hand onto the ground. And walking into your plank. Tuck your toes. Plank. Hold it for your in-breath. Option this time, you can lower the knees or just come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then your down dog, give yourself 2 full breaths. Letting your heels press towards the ground, your hips lift towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready with your right leg, take an inhale to lift the right heel. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Bring your hands in front of your heart and lift your shoulders so that they're right on top of your hips. So you're in a crescent lunge shape here. And then from your crescent lunge shape, take a breath in, reach the arms wide. Exhale, hands forward, interlace your fingers. Lift your arms overhead, so crescent lunge with the hands interlaced. Reach up on your in-breath. Open up to warrior 2 legs, but keep the arms like this interlaced. As you inhale, lean to the left, so stretch the right side body, and then lean all the way to the right side. Lower the right elbow, so you're in a side angle or a extended side angle pose. Okay, from here, take your breath in. Look down at the top of your mat. Look towards your right foot. Lift up onto the back toes and lower both hands to frame the front foot. Bend your left knee. Step the left foot forward to the top. Halfway lift from there. Fold on your exhale. Use the breath in, sweep your arms up. As your arms lift, left knee up. Eagle legs, hands to heart. So the left leg crosses over the right. Keep your hands in front of your heart. Open your arms on the inhale. Hands forward on the exhale. Interlace your fingers, lift your arms, breathe in. Left knee lifts to toppling tree, lean forward, and we'll come right into crescent lunge. So crescent lunge with the arms overhead, lift, open to warrior two, keep the arms. We're still on the same side. And then from here, bring your arms open, warrior two. Hands to hips. Lengthen the front leg, lift the right toes. Into a forward fold, a wide leg forward fold, lift your chest. And then hinge from your hips forward so your hands can land on the ground. And just take a couple of moments here, focusing on the lift of the tailbone up, the lengthening of your back. Take one more breath. Soften your knees, walk towards the left. Once you get there, downward facing dog, step back. From your down dog, we'll go on the other side. Okay, so the left leg will lift. I'm just going to change sides so that's a little bit easier for you to see me. Left leg up, left foot between the thumbs, hands in front of your heart. Okay, and then as you inhale, open your arms up. Exhale, lean forward, interlace your hands. Use the inhale to pull yourself up. Keep the interlace of your fingers. Open up to warrior two legs. Front knee stays bent. Inhale, pull straight up. Exhale, lean to the right. Then use the breath in. Come all the way over to the left. Lower the left arm. Side angle pose. So you're still pressing into the outside of the back foot. Look down now towards the left foot. Start to rotate until you lift the back heel up. You're on the back toes. Both hands frame the front foot. Bend the right knee and step forward. So both feet are together. Halfway lift. Fold on the exhale. As you rise, lift your arms, lift your right knee. Eagle legs, hands in front of the heart. Squeeze your thighs together. Open your arms, breathe in. Exhale, hands forward out in front of you. Interlace the fingers, lift your arms and the right knee. Toppling tree into crescent lunge, but we'll keep the arms overhead. From here, take your breath in. Open the legs up to warrior two. Let your arms go. Classic warrior two. Look forward over your left fingers. Bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen the front leg. Lift the left toes. We'll fold forward once again, lifting your chest up, and then hinge from your hips forward. So your hands can come pretty much right underneath the shoulders. Move the left hand into the center of your mat. And then the right arm will go to the back of the hip. So right hand on your hips, or right hand can reach up towards the ceiling. So just incorporating a little bit of a twist. Take your inhale in the twist. And then exhale, right hand will replace the left. Left hand can move to the low back, or as you turn your chest, you can lift it up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And then bring your left hand down. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat. So bending your knees so you can pivot. Downward facing dog. And just take one breath here. From downward dog, lower your knees to your mat. We're going to turn again so that we're facing the side of the mat. And you can stand right up onto your knees. So just start with your hands on your hips. So try to have your knees so that they're underneath your hips, about hip distance apart. Bring your hands behind the low back. So if you had like jeans on, your hands would kind of be in the back pockets. And then from here, start to lift your chest up. Roll your shoulders back, draw the elbows in. And you can stay here, or you can start to lean back into your hands. Make sure that you're not pressing your hips forward. we're focusing on lifting the front of the chest and then finding the space for our backward bend for camel. So again, just breathing into the front body, let the collarbones get a little broader. Take one more breath. Bring your hands back to your hips. Gently bring yourself back up. Sit down onto your heels, maybe using blocks if you need. Bring your hands onto your legs. And just with a humble chin, you can take a couple breaths here, just until the breath rhythm kind of slows back down. Maybe one or two more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands forward just so that you can shift onto your left hip and extend the right leg out. So we'll have the left foot on the inside of the right leg. Turn yourself so you're looking at your right toes. The right foot is flexed. You might need to move the flesh underneath your sitting bones. When you're ready, take your arms up and then just start to stretch forward towards the right toes. So the aim is not to grab hold of the foot. It's not to necessarily come and lie flat on the right leg. It's really to find, again, a lift of the chest and a hinge from the hips to come forward. So just give yourself there a couple of breaths. Focus on extending and lifting the chest on the breath in, and then possibly hinging a little more on the breath out. Okay, but it's subtle. Okay, just one more breath. Hands on the floor, you can start to walk yourself all the way back up. Once you're upright, take your left forearm to the ground, pull your right knee into your chest, hold your shin. For a quad stretch, bring your heel towards your bum. So you can lean into the left arm for a bit of support. Try to point your right knee towards the top part of your mat. You just take a breath there. Keep the hold of your shin. Pull the right knee back into your chest, and then bring yourself up. Step your right foot over the left leg. So you can choose to keep the left leg bent underneath you, or if you lean back into your hands, you can lengthen that leg. Okay, so we're going to prepare for a twist. Bring your left arm around the right leg. The right hand will come behind your back. Try to bring some length to your spine. Turning of your chest towards the top of your mat. Use the inhale to lengthen a bit more through your spine, and the exhale to twist. Inhale, come back around to the center. Uncross your legs, lengthen the right leg. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing. So the left leg out to the side, bend the right knee, bring the right foot inside of the left leg. Turn yourself, look at your left toes, reach your arms up, and then folding forward on the exhale. So again, the hinge from the hips forward. Let there be a nice lifting of your chest on the breath in. And then the exhale could bring you further forward, but no pulling, no pushing. Kind of let the breath guide where the body goes. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands back to the center. The right elbow this time will lean down onto your mat. Pull your left knee into your chest. Hold the shin. And then point your knee to the back of your mat. So it's a quad stretch as you pull your heel in. Press your knee towards the back of your mat. Give yourself maybe another breath or two. And then to come up, left knee back towards your chest. Bring yourself up, cross the left foot over the right leg. So again, you could keep the bottom leg bent or straighten it. Left hand behind your back. This time the right arm will cross around. and looking towards the back of your mat. Finding space in the twist by lengthening through the spine. One more breath. And come back around to the center. Carefully uncross your legs. Bring your hands behind your back. Bring your feet onto the floor so your knees can be a little wider than hip distance. And just let your knees, a couple of times, just let them shift side to side. A little bit of a release to the hips. You can let them go a couple of times on each side. And then once your knees come back up to the center, walk your feet together and let your knees open up wide. So just ending here in a butterfly or a cobbler's pose. Bottoms of the feet together. You could choose to sit on one of your blocks here if that allows you to sit up a little bit straighter. Bring your hands to hold your ankles or your shins. Use your inhale, lifting your chest, and then let the exhale bring you forward. So you can do this a few times with your breath. Use the inhale to create the length, and then the exhale for the fold or the hinge from the hips. See if you can create as much space between the collarbones as you're creating between the shoulder blades. So you have a lot of room for your breath. And then just gently bring your hands on the floor. Keep the chin tucked so you can roll yourself all the way back up. Lift your knees like you're closing the pages of a book. And just find a comfortable seated position. So you might recross the legs. You might go back to where we started at the beginning. So just sitting nice and tall. I'm aware that I kind of passed our 25 minutes. I was trying to squeeze it all in, but it just didn't work. So just take a second once you're seated. If you want, you can bring your hands into the center of your chest and maybe bowing towards your fingertips slightly. And just give yourself maybe a moment of gratitude here for choosing to take this time, this little reset at the end of your day. And whatever goodness the practice brought to you, hoping that maybe you can take a little piece of that with you into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for letting me guide you, for tuning in. I hope you're all well, and I wish you a beautiful evening. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I love the hearts. Thanks, guys. Hi, Mary. Hey, everyone. Yeah, those hearts are fun. Thank you. I wish you all a beautiful evening, and I hope we'll, oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope everybody had a great practice. Corinne. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Namaste.